Howdy folks, and welcome back. Today we have a shorter, sort of, but no less important video. As well, it's a bit of a special one as I did not come up with the idea. It was requested by user Tralex, or Tralux, apologies if I got that wrong, on the Discord channel. As always, please feel free to join the Discord if you have any questions, video requests, or anything else related to homemade TCGs. In short, the request was to make a video showing how I organize my ideas and cards while in the creation process. This is a good question outside of just useful knowledge if you're like me and have ADHD. I need to have a very structured organization process, otherwise I get off task easily. Or worse, recreate the same idea twice or 3 times. So first off, let's clear up one very important thing. My organization methods may not work for you. That's okay. If you have any other organization methods, drop them in the comments below. You have no idea if they might help someone else out. So next, there are 2 types of organizations. There's physical and digital. Pretty much everything I do is digital. The only physical portion of creation that I have are my sketches. And this is organized relatively easily. It's all in a sketchbook. I have large and small ones, but they help keep everything in one place. If you prefer or don't necessarily have access to a sketchbook, loose leaf paper and a binder work perfectly. The important thing is that whatever it is you have, you keep it in one place. Keep in mind, I'm saying this as someone who has ADHD and who was a middle school teacher. Keep things in binders. Don't just leave them on your desk or stuff them in your backpack. Sorry. Otherwise, everything else I have is digital. Now, this is where things can really kind of diverge. The most important thing you need to do is make a folder, be it on your desktop, Google Drive, Thumb Drive, whatever. When you have made that folder, copy it somewhere else. When it comes to keeping digital things safe, redundancy is your best friend. For example, I have my main folder saved on my desktop, but I also have a copy of it saved on multiple external hard drives as well as a Google Drive. If something happens to the original, boom, I have backups. Okay, now that we have your main folder and your backups, it's time to actually get into the weeds of organization. There are many, many different ways to organize your thoughts. You can do it digitally or on paper. I personally use digital since my handwriting is indistinguishable from a 6th grader's, but if you prefer a hard copy, more power to you. Regarding digital, there are tons of different programs you can find. Just make sure you're actually looking for the right ones. If you type in organizational programs into Google, you're just going to get a bunch of programs that think they're Discord, but are for offices. Seriously, like Slack? If you're using Slack or Teams, just use Discord. It does everything you want, and it doesn't suck. Sorry, I'm going on a rager right now. I don't use any of those. Instead, I have a large Excel spreadsheet, and unlike most videos, I'm actually going to do this part with live commentary. Reason being is that it's easier to explain, and before you go on about how you already know how Excel works, great, awesome. I just happened to come from a field where the folks I was working with didn't know how to download a Google Doc into a Word doc or make it a PDF. So let's all be kind to one another and this will go great. And yes, you can use Google Sheets instead of Excel. The ideas aren't any different. All right, take it away, Live Me. Thanks, VO Me. I'll take it from here. So here's how I organize when I'm dealing with my cards. I first use an Excel spreadsheet. You can also use what I actually use, which is just LibreOffice, but that's totally up to you. So how I've kind of broken this up is I've broken it up based off what type of cards it is. As you can see here, we are on the instance tab, right? So instance, I have all of the names, although obviously I only have one name, and then what the effects of the card is going to be. This helps me kind of go back and forth very quickly between instance and persistence and modifications so that I'm not adding the same sort of effect twice, right? So if we come over to the modifications tab, once again, got the effect up top, got the name. Obviously I don't have any names, but here I have a couple of different effects that I'm working on. Same thing works for persistence. Same thing works for operations. Just name and effect. Now you're probably wondering, okay, so how do you do it with the creatures? Well, the creatures kind of work the exact same way. We have the name of what the creature will be here. This will tell me how much the victory points are. This will be its attack. This will be its health. And this will be the effect that the card has. Now, the reason I have it set up this way is that I will then be able to go in and see, okay, how many creatures of 1 VP and have like 2 attack or 3 attack. And then I can also look at it based off the health. And then I can also see, are the effects good enough? Are they too strong, too weak? But this organization pattern, what it allows me to do is basically see everything of my game at a click of a button. It allows me to make sure I'm not duplicating things and to make sure that if something looks off, right? Let's say we have a creature here called OP God. It has a VP of 3, obviously. Its attack is 100, 1,100, and a health of 300 with an effect of I win, you lose, right? I can't spell today. I'll be able to kind of look and see at all the other cards that are available and go, okay, yeah, see, this card just doesn't add up with the rest of the 3 VPs. Now, to give you a little bit of an idea, kind of what I mean, I'm going to show you a Google spreadsheet or Google Sheet that I used when I was doing Gates of Amalgam to kind of give a more finished idea of what I'm talking about. So bear with me. Sorry, I know it looks a little weird. You're just going to have to deal with it. Also, not how you spell rogue, by the way. That is rouge. Rouge is something very different. Rogue is spelled like that. The reason I spelled it like this is because I was an idiot when I was first doing this. It's as simple as that. And you'll see that I made that mistake pretty much everywhere. So yeah, make sure you have somebody proofread. Anyway, point being, so here you can see this is my Gates of Amalgam card sheet. So up top, the first card is the Vladisaur, Black Hole Mage, Fireburst, Air Whale, so on and so forth. I can then show, like, all right, if I want to filter the column based off of only things that have 4, right? I can do that. I'll come over here, okay. And now I can see that Fireburst, Gemtical, Teakster, Air Element, Dark Element, so on and so forth, these all have a cost of 4. Their health is all pretty much all right. They all work the same, or they're within a good space for each other. Their attack, okay. Ghost Cube, I might look at and be like, hey, why is this a 6? While everything else is 2, 3, we have a 5 here and a 4, right? And you look at it and you just kind of go from there. I can also see that all 4s are common or uncommon. So if I wanted to keep Ghost Cube at this, maybe we'd make it uncommon. I can also then see all the different types that it is. So, okay, we have 1 fire, 2 dark, 2 earth, 1 water, no, 3 earth, 1 water. So that would kind of give me the idea of, oh, okay, I'll probably, 2 air, okay. It'll probably need another 4 health fire creature, right? If I wanted to make it even, or 4 cost fire creature. And then I can also see the faction. Very clearly, it's mostly the mystical creature and the magic. There's no warrior or rogue or rouge if you want to make fun of me. So that sort of helps. Also, when you're doing this, if you just want to if you do this to get rid of blanks, it gets rid of everything else. So now you really can only see what you've got here. This is something that you can do in Microsoft Excel and in LibreOffice. It's not difficult. You just format it a little bit differently. But doing it this way is, in my opinion, the best way to organize your cards, organize your ideas. So if we quickly hop back to our actual spreadsheet for Aquology, you can see that the exact same concept exists, right? We've got the name, we've got the effect. Here, the creatures, obviously, we're not going to have OP God, although maybe I'll make an OP God. It won't be an actual legal play, but it could be a fun little promo if I ever do like an actual Kickstarter, but that's neither here nor there. But again, you can just do this, and up top, oh, you know what? I haven't used LibreOffice in a hot second, so I'm not 100% sure how to do it, but guess what? Google exists. If you don't know how to do something, Google it. But in any case, this is how I find best to organize your cards. Some people might use other sort of documents, or they'll use other programs. I would highly recommend doing this, as it truly does allow you to see everything you're working on and go, all right, so I've got a couple of modifications, a good amount of persistence, although there will be 20 for each instant, modification, persistence, and operation. I've only got one operation, and instants are, for the most part, complete, right? I need to go back and obviously play testing, but we'll go from there. So with that, I'm going to kick it back over to the voiceover, and I'll see you there. Thanks again, Live Me. Great guy. Voice fit for a silent film and a face for radio. Anyway, the last thing I want to add is about organization regarding all the different parts of your game. So the spreadsheet document keeps your ideas organized, and the folder you made at the beginning will serve as the parts storage. Let's take Aquology, for example. I have my main folder. Then it's subdivided into cards, completed drawings, and video things. Everyone's naming scheme will be a little different, but the important thing is that you have enough folders that it'll be easily manageable so as to not be a pain and you can find what you're looking for. A good analogy I'll make is think about a Minecraft chest. Everyone's first chest is just filled with absolutely everything. Over time, you organize the chest so that you have ore chest, ingot chest, plant chest, etc. What you don't want are chests for just iron ingots, just for gold ingots, just for oak saplings, so on and so forth. It's too much and takes up just too much space. Exact same concept. Just think of the folders instead of chests. With that, I hope this video proved a little helpful. I'm currently working on a few other video scripts, but nothing concrete yet. As always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.